Have you ever wondered why some women make men completely obsessed, while others, no matter how beautiful or giving they are, somehow get overlooked? You see, it's not the prettiest woman who wins his heart. It's not even the one who gives him everything he asks for. Men fall in love for only two reasons. And once you understand them, you'll stop chasing love because love will start chasing you. Most women are taught that attraction is about looks, about being sexy, about saying all the right things. But here's the truth, that almost no one tells you men don't fall in love because of your body. They fall in love because of how they feel when they're around you. You can have the perfect hair, the perfect smile, the perfect body, and still he'll walk away if he doesn't feel those two emotions that awaken something deep in him. When a man meets a woman who can both soothe his heart and stir his soul, he's done for. He might flirt with others, but his mind keeps circling back to her. She's the one who makes him feel safe, yet keeps him slightly on his toes. She doesn't beg for attention. She commands it with quiet confidence. She doesn't try to impress him. She inspires him. That's what makes her unforgettable. That's what makes him crave her presence, even when she's not around. So, if you've ever asked yourself what really makes a man fall in love, stay right here, because by the end of this video, you'll know the exact emotional formula that makes a man see you, not just as someone he desires, but as the woman he could never imagine losing. Every man, no matter how confident or tough he appears, is secretly craving one thing. He'll never say out loud, peace. Not the kind of peace that comes from silence, but the kind that comes from being understood. When a man feels safe with a woman, he's not just drawn to her, he starts to bond with her on a level he doesn't even recognize. Because safety, for a man, doesn't mean comfort. It means emotional freedom, the freedom to drop his guard, to stop performing, to be vulnerable without fear of being judged or rejected. You see, most men walk through life wearing invisible armor. They've been told since childhood to man up, to hide their fears, to never show weakness. But deep down, they're still human, full of emotions, doubts, and insecurities. So when he meets a woman who gives him permission to just be himself, without pressure, without expectations, something inside him softens. He starts to feel like he can breathe again. And that right there is the first stage of love. He doesn't fall for the woman who always agrees with him. He falls for the one who listens to understand him. The one who makes him feel like he's not being interrogated, but invited. The one who can look at him when he's quiet and still know what he needs, maybe a touch, maybe a smile, maybe just silence. When you create that emotional safety, you become the place he wants to return to again and again. Not because you fix his problems, but because you make him forget the world's noise. But here's the secret. Safety doesn't mean losing your edge. You don't have to mother him. You don't have to tolerate disrespect. And you don't have to shrink yourself to make him feel strong. Emotional safety is not about making yourself smaller. It's about creating a space where both of you can be authentic. When he senses that you're grounded in who you are, that you don't need his validation to feel whole, he starts to trust you on a different level. That trust builds attraction. That attraction builds connection. And that connection turns into emotional dependency, the kind that makes a man think, I don't want to lose her. Because she doesn't just make me feel desired, she makes me feel seen. So if you want a man to fall for you deeply, focus less on trying to impress him and more on how you make him feel. When a man finds peace in your presence, you become more than a woman to him. You become his calm, his anchor, his quiet escape in a loud world. And once he feels that, he'll never look at another woman the same way again. Here's where most women get it wrong. They think if they give a man everything he wants, if they're always available, always understanding, always easy to love, he'll stay. But that's not how men work. Because while safety makes him stay, challenge makes him chase. A man may feel peaceful with you, but he only falls deeply in love when you awaken his drive, that part of him that loves to earn, to prove, to pursue. The truth is, men don't value what comes too easily. It's not because they're shallow, it's because effort builds emotion. When a man has to put energy into winning your time, your attention, your heart, he starts to feel emotionally invested. The more he invests, the more connected he feels. The more connected he feels, the more he values you. It's human psychology. People protect what they work for. That's why you have to be the woman who doesn't hand over her love on a silver platter. Not because you're playing games, but because you know your worth. You understand that your energy is valuable, your time is sacred, and your attention is a privilege, not a right. When a man senses that, when he feels that he can't just walk into your life and take up space without effort, he starts to rise. He becomes more intentional, more attentive, more committed. Because you've shown him that you're not impressed by words, you're moved by actions. Being a challenge doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means being selective. It means showing warmth, but not chasing. It's the art of giving him enough to stay curious, but not so much that he loses the thrill. Think of it like a dance. When you take one step forward, he should take two towards you. When you step back, he should reach out to pull you closer. That's the balance that keeps him emotionally awake. And here's the thing, when a man feels that he's earning your affection, something magical happens. His masculinity ignites. He feels alive, purposeful, and proud. You're not just another woman in his life. You become the one who makes him want to be better. You challenge his habits, his ego, his comfort zone, not with criticism, but with quiet strength. You don't demand more, you inspire it. That's the kind of woman he can't walk away from. Because she gives him peace, but never complacency. She's soft enough to soothe him, but strong enough to keep him intrigued. She doesn't chase love, she commands it. And that's the second reason men fall in love, not because you make it easy for them, but because you make it worth it. A man may notice you because of your looks, but he stays because of your mystery. Real attraction isn't built on perfection. It's built on curiosity. It's that feeling of, there's something about her, I can't quite figure it out. When a man feels emotionally curious about you, he's no longer just interested, he's hooked. You occupy his thoughts, not because you're trying to, but because your energy pulls him in naturally. Here's the secret. Mystery isn't about being distant or playing hard to get. It's about being layered. It's about revealing yourself slowly, one story, one smile, one glance at a time. When a woman shows everything too quickly, the connection burns fast and dies faster. But when she lets him discover her piece by piece, he starts to crave her presence. He starts wondering what's behind that look, that laugh, that silence. That curiosity keeps him emotionally chasing you. Men fall for women who make them feel something new every time they're around. Maybe one day you're playful and teasing, the next you're thoughtful and deep. You keep him guessing, not about your intentions, but about your depth. He realizes that there's always more to learn, more to understand, more to uncover. That's what keeps him drawn in. Because when he can't predict you, he can't get bored of you. You don't need to pretend to be mysterious. You simply need to be present in your own life. Have your passions, your purpose, your world outside of him. When a man sees that you have a life that excites you, he wants to be part of it. You become more than a romantic interest. You become an experience he doesn't want to end. It's the same reason people get addicted to their favorite series. They don't know what's coming next, but they have to find out. You want to be that for him, not by being unpredictable in love, but by being authentically dynamic. The kind of woman who has opinions, who can make him laugh, challenge his ideas, and still melt him with a single look. When you combine emotional warmth with curiosity, you create a rhythm he can't resist. He starts wondering what you're thinking when you smile quietly. He replays your words in his head. He feels that tiny rush every time he gets a glimpse of a new side of you. That's not confusion, that's fascination. And fascination is one of the deepest forms of attraction. It keeps his mind chasing, his emotions engaged, and his heart open. When a man feels emotionally curious about you, he's not just falling for your beauty, he's falling for your essence. The way you think, the way you move, the way you make him feel both excited and at peace in the same moment. That's when you stop being just someone he likes and become someone he can't forget. There's a special kind of woman who doesn't need to demand more from a man. Her very presence makes him want to give more. She doesn't lecture, she doesn't nag, she doesn't beg. She simply embodies a level of self-respect, warmth, and grace that challenges a man to rise. That's when a man truly falls in love, not when he feels controlled, but when he feels inspired. You see, every man has two versions of himself, the one he is now and the one he could become. Most women try to pull him toward his potential with pressure, but the woman who inspires him does it with influence. She makes him want to be a better communicator, a better lover, a better man, not to impress her, but because she makes him feel capable of more. That's power. When a woman has direction, passion, and boundaries, a man senses it. He realizes she's not waiting for someone to complete her, she's already whole. And that energy is magnetic. He starts thinking, if I'm with her, I have to level up. She doesn't demand growth, she invites it. Her presence naturally raises the standard in his life. A man might be attracted to a woman's beauty, but he stays because of how she makes him feel about himself. When he's around her, he feels stronger, more focused, more alive. She brings out the version of him he's proud to be. She doesn't settle for mediocrity, but she also doesn't shame him for where he is. She sees his potential, and more importantly, she believes in it. That belief is intoxicating to a man, because when a woman genuinely believes in who he can become, she becomes part of his story. She's not just a love interest, she's a turning point. He starts associating her with progress, with transformation, with the best moments of his growth, and that's something a man never forgets. But here's the key. Inspiring a man isn't about fixing him or playing therapist. It's about holding your own standard. You inspire him most when you live your truth, when you chase your dreams, take care of yourself, and stay aligned with what fulfills you. That energy radiates. It reminds him that love isn't about losing yourself, it's about becoming more of yourself together. When a man sees that, he feels safe enough to be vulnerable, but challenged enough to evolve. And that's the balance every man craves but rarely finds. The woman who embodies that balance, who nurtures and elevates, becomes unforgettable. Because she doesn't just make him feel loved, she makes him feel limitless. There's something incredibly powerful about a woman who knows when to lean in and when to step back. You see, a man doesn't fall in love with what's given to him too easily. He falls in love with what he has to reach for, what he has to earn. That's not about playing games, it's about understanding one of the deepest truths about male psychology. Men attach to what they invest in. The more energy, time, and emotion he puts into winning you, the more value he places on you. When you chase, he relaxes. When you overgive, he stops trying. But when you create space for him to step up, to initiate, to prove that he wants this, he begins to feel something deeper than desire. He feels responsibility. He starts to protect, to prioritize, to pursue. That's when his emotions truly start to attach. Letting him pursue doesn't mean playing hard to get it. It means being worth the effort. It's about being warm but not needy, responsive but not desperate, interested but not available on demand. You show him that your attention is a reward, not a routine. That your love isn't something he can take for granted, it's something he must maintain. The most magnetic women understand this delicate balance. They give a man just enough to know he has a chance, but never so much that he stops earning it. They don't chase love, they invite it. They allow space for attraction to grow naturally, because real desire needs oxygen. When you give him that space, he doesn't drift away, he leans in closer. Because now he's emotionally invested in the chase. When you let a man pursue, he feels like a man again. Not in a macho way, but in a purposeful one. He feels needed, wanted, valuable. You're giving him the gift of direction, a goal worth chasing, a woman worth earning. And the more he works for your attention, the deeper the roots of his affection grow. He starts to link you with effort, with progress, with emotion. That's why the love that's earned lasts longer than the love that's handed over. So stop giving all your energy to prove your worth. You don't need to convince anyone to choose you. Stand still in your power and let him meet you where you are. Because the right man doesn't want to be chased, he wants to pursue. He wants to feel like he's winning something rare, something sacred, something real. And when you let him do that, when you give him the space to pursue, invest, and earn your heart, you don't just make him fall in love, you make him stay in love. So here's the truth. Ladies, men don't fall in love because you're the most beautiful woman in the room. They fall in love because of how they feel when they're around you. They fall in love when they feel safe, when they feel challenged, when you awaken their curiosity, when you inspire them to grow, and when you give them the chance to pursue you. You're not chasing love anymore, you're choosing it. You're showing the world that your energy is valuable, your heart is sacred, and your love is something to be earned, not assumed. And when a man feels that, when he realizes he can't just walk into your life and take, he must give, that's when he knows he's found something rare. So the next time you wonder, why hasn't he fallen in love yet? Remember this. It's not about doing more for him. It's about being more of yourself. Because the woman who owns her worth, lives with passion, and lets him rise to meet her, she's unforgettable. If this message hit your heart today, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because you deserve a love that doesn't confuse you, doesn't drain you, but adores you. You're not here to chase someone's attention, darling. You're here to awaken someone's devotion.